coming. One of two things is going to happen in America real soon. People are going to outflux out of the country and escape as soon as they possibly can, or there's going to be some sort of civil uprising. Why, you may ask? Why would such a thing happen?
Fuck, I sold my soul. I went to a red room. Cheezer, Convy, Aiden, and Tov came in with red robes on, and they had bloodstains dripping down their mouths.
Point now where cell phones are reading our minds. This video's proof.
Why didn't y'all tell us that pasta comes from India as well, y'all? Like, you have no idea how much I was hoping that this had nothing to do with food, right? I don't even eat pasta anymore. But the fact of the matter is, I see how and where it's being created. It's not in Italy, right? Where probably food in the area is a little bit more sanitary.
Man, what's good with the collective? Y'all know we back with another banger, another reaction. I appreciate everybody who been tapping in, running up, and subbing up. If you new to the channel, please like, comment, subscribe, hit that bell so you always notified whenever we drop them uploads. Y'all know we coming with about 4 videos, very smooth, savvy, and this is for entertainment purposes as well. And when you like and comment and subscribe to the channel, helps collective grow, helps collective get bigger, helps more people who like this type of content tap in with this content. But I appreciate you if you watching on your TV, whatever the case is. I wish it was smooth 7. Might be a trigger warning or 2. I hope not. I hope everybody doing good today. Spam it up in the comments below. Let me know how y'all feeling. But I ain't gonna hold you. Y'all know what it is, man. Let's get straight to the video, man. Let's go.
The same reason we celebrate the New Year's in the dead of winter is the same reason we celebrate the same holidays we've been celebrating for thousands of years with no effort of even trying to make new ones. And it's the same reason we've been doing the same dumbass two-sided politics that lead to the same place, and we all know it. We've been known it, and we're still doing it. Why is that? This is called people are sheep. This is called learned helplessness. This is called muscle memory. Call it what you want. At a certain point, they're just doing shit to us and saying, when are they gonna actually just push back a little bit? And apparently this is not it. We're gonna still celebrate retarded ass holiday. We're still celebrating Thanksgiving, by the way. We all know it's a colonizer holiday. You celebrated that shit. And it's like we can literally make doubles of every single holiday that actually makes sense, that make more sense, but we just don't even do that shit. Why? Learned helplessness. We can make new politics that haven't even been created yet. We have the internet, but we don't even try. Why? Learned helplessness. It's deeper than just the new year, bruh. This is some Roman ass shit too, but we can get into that later.
Y'all want to hear more? What do you got to say? I know I do.
Hey, they ain't gonna tell you. Hey, look, they ain't gonna tell you that is not the world's deadliest drug. It's actually sugar, and it's in everything, and you they favorite customer. But they ain't gonna tell you. Man, they got you hooked. Think they gonna tell you? Hey, they ain't gonna tell you the news broadcast spells north, east, west, and south, and you watch it daily, but you can't figure out why so much negativity all around. They ain't gonna tell you. Magic ain't real, ain't that what they tell you? Hey, they ain't gonna tell you you in the ocean of infinite consciousness, and you can travel via ship. Why you think they call it companionship, relationship, fellowship, citizenship? I mean, are y'all getting a hint? Because they ain't gonna tell you. No, you 80% water. Think they gonna tell you? Hey, they ain't gonna tell you your perception is a projection of your reality. So if you thinking things like only bad things happen to me or I will never succeed, well, that will become your reality. So they ain't gonna tell you. No, you got the power to change everything. They'll never tell you. But I will, and that's why I'm telling you.
Look, I'm gonna keep it a buck. I love his content. I do.
The journey that you own right now, it look a little wild. It's because you experimenting though. There's beauty in the chaos. There's organization in the chaos. There is a plan here. Everything else gotta break down though before it comes into fruition. You feel what I'm saying? It's experimentation. Think about it. Think about a mad scientist. They just experiment with shit. Explosions, this liquid, this animal. They just experiment with shit. Same thing with God. Look at the world. God's still experimenting. Come on, let's be honest now. Life is an experiment. It's organized chaos. It will be a plan coming from this chaos, but it gotta be chaotic right now. When you clean out your closet, it get real messy, right? But there's a plan in mind, a cleaner closet at the end. When you moving houses, it get real messy, right? But there's a plan in mind, a more organized, better house. Embrace the messiness. I'm trying to tell you, embrace that shit.
You see Erica Kirk and Nicki Minaj? No. Bro.
Black culture is being held captive. I mean, Nicki Minaj. I don't think that's a good role model for 18-year-old black girls.
Please welcome Nicki Minaj.
There's a theory that Nicki Minaj slipped up when she was talking to Erica Kirk on stage and she accidentally said JD Vance an assassin.
And you have amazing role models like the assassin.
Whoa.
JD Vance, our vice president.
And look what
And
happened.
when I say that,
She doesn't know why she said that. Like,
Oh, shit.
Trust me, there's nothing new under the sun that I have not heard, so you're fine.
see what I mean?
And she agreed with it?
She said that shit, fam. And she didn't bag that she accidentally gave the information that people don't know. This is obviously theory.
Yeah.
That JD Vance might be the reason Charlie Kirk. Yo. Look, and then it just gets awkward.
You have to laugh about it, truly. I have been called every single thing, and you know what? God is so good, you let it roll right off your back. If the internet wants to clip it, who cares? I love this woman. She's an amazing woman. She has a soul and a heart for the Lord.
And it's just interesting too, because there was a clip of Charlie Kirk saying Nicki Minaj isn't the best role model for young girls.
Yeah.
And then Erica Kirk brought Nicki Minaj.
I don't trust her. I'm talking about Erica Kirk. I don't trust her.
Here's the thing about the spiritual community that nobody wants to talk about. The fact that everybody's out here just trying to get enlightened and trying to crack open their third eye and trying to leave the human experience behind, chasing ceremony after ceremony and all these things, right? But what if the true mission that we have here on earth was way more simpler and so much more human? My favorite ascended master and teacher, Yeshua, aka Jesus, didn't come here to teach us how to escape the 3D. He came to show us how to live from the heart, because at the end of the day, that's all that truly matters, right? How fast can you forgive the person who hurt you? How much can you love the person who doesn't think like you, believe like you, vote like you? How deep can you root yourself in unconditional love, especially when it's not easy? That's, to me, the real ascension. Not floating away, but really trying to embody what heaven is here on this earth through our hearts, through love, through forgiveness. Because why are we so worried about leaving this world instead of learning how to bring more love into it? Just a thought.
Do y'all still think it's a coincidence that everybody in Hollywood was getting extremely thin and looking extremely gaunt? And the photo of the year was Miley Cyrus, that basically put on a provocation of her looking like a very, very poor, starving person. No, literally. Everyone has been looking so gaunt in Hollywood and being paper thin because they set the stage for what they already knew was about to happen. They weren't just cosplaying poverty. They were actually projecting it so that when people actually start to look starved, it won't be that much of a shock. They are the jesters for the muses. Come on now. You thought they were cosplaying poverty because they were so empty inside that they didn't have any clue and they were desensitized. No, they were doing it because that's what their masters told them to do, so that when the stage is set, food is gone because our beef and our soybeans are not being bought by China anymore. Our economy is collapsing. So when people actually look starved and gaunt, there's no question. Or are they just on that new Ozempic? No, bitch. People are about to starve.
Y'all think that's a reach? Or y'all like agree with that?
Watchers, where have we seen this pattern before? Remember, we discovered this is where the naval station, a military base, right in the center here. Look at these very concentric circles. Look at that. See how it affects the bands of rain and the intensity of the rain? Wow, look at that. That's crazy. And we've seen this repeated times on my channel. I'm just playing it in repeat and time-lapse so you can get a really clear picture of what's going on here. Let's check other areas of the county. Do we have other circles elsewhere in the county? We know this one in Poway has been there. Let's see what else we got here in Southern California. This is crazy, folks. Yep. Okay, we've got another one up here in Temecula. You can definitely see the concentric circles forming on this one as well. I speed it up, it's a little bit easier to see sometimes. See those definite concentric circles and how they affect the... Let's check out what else we got in up near California, Riverside. In this recording, you can very clearly see the concentric circles and the effect on the rainfall around it by the weather radar app that we're looking at. Look how obvious that is. We've got one just north here too. See this one? They use these to control and manipulate the weather. Wake up, people.
I wanted to see her come up closer, like up Northern California.
I think it's to the point now where cell phones are reading our minds. This video's proof.
I've had this watch for many years, and it recently ripped. I didn't tell anybody. I didn't search for anything. I only thought about buying one. I only thought about it.
He only thought about it.
Which is the crazy part, because I go into Facebook, and the first thing I see is this. Same brand, same everything. It's a Casio, G-Shock, whatever. How do you know? How?
Stay weird.
This is funny.
For one, we already know sometimes it's the AirPods, but they got flat cameras that can kind of read inside your car. Y'all know these cell towers that they have that look like trees. Now what I'm saying is not true. They look like trees, but they not, and they really poles like some type of satellite, some type of cell tower or something, right? They read minds. We went down that rabbit hole. Those read minds. But I also want to say, what if they put something in our phones that how a lie detector test can measure your heartbeat and tell it whether or not you're nervous, you're lying, or you're telling the truth? What if the phone has something similar? On top of that, what if just AI is that damn good? Maybe I'm giving it too much credit. It's so many things you can ask that it's like, bro, what the... Because I've had that situation. I've heard others say they had that situation. I've read comments and y'all said y'all have had this situation. So I think it's just a little bit of all of it. On top of that, they could be watching us. We know that. I mean, we saw Enemy of the State. Like, bro, they could be... so much shit. But what I'm saying ain't true. This shit all entertainment. Y'all let me know y'all thoughts.
Okay, I'm sure you've heard by now that people claim the Devil's Tower could have been an ancient tree. And I know it's far out. It's like, how could that possibly be? I mean, it looks like a tree stump, but things look like things all the time without being them, right? Literally, give me like 45 seconds and I will completely blow your mind. At least this blew my mind. Because really, Devil's Tower is the tip of the iceberg. So some of the reasons why people think that Devil's Tower is an ancient tree is because of the perfect hexagons that make up these columns that go to the top. Now, according to the official story, this was volcanic rock that kind of formed in a way and the wind blew in a certain way and it just happened to take this shape. But when I looked up what magma looks like once it cools, I couldn't find any hexagons, surprisingly. This is a picture from the recent lava flow in Hawaii. I find it interesting we've never seen, in today's world with all the volcanic eruptions we've had, ever have seen magma cool into hexagon shapes. This is a microscopic cross-section of the stem of a plant, a carbon-based plant. Here is another different plant cross-section with the hexagons. My understanding, most plants have hexagonal cell structures within. Notice the little hexagons on the outside as well. According to the National Forest Service, this is the different theories as to how that Devil's Tower formed. 50 million years ago, you have at the top, I mean, if you believe that, the wind blew in different directions. Like, dude, I don't know, man. But here's the crazy part. Remember those hexagons? This is in Iceland. Same story. They have different theories as to how it formed. You got hexagons. This thing would have been massive. This one in Northern Ireland. And there's a cave. There's a, something opened it up at the bottom there. And on top, I mean, you got hexagons all over the place. This is in Antarctica. Antarctica has one as well. How? Please, just wondering here. Hexagons, magma, really? This one is in Armenia. That looks way too organized to me to be from magma cooling. I understand it's nearly unfathomable. Like, how could this thing, you're telling me this is like a macro, like this would be so gigantic, like this would reach the freaking top of our firmament. No, this would reach pretty tall, wouldn't it? This is another angle of the one in Antarctica. No joke. And this is Giant's Causeway, again, in Ireland. What about all these fairy tales? Jack and the Beanstalk, the giant...
Shane Vibes, truth, man. Y'all run him up. Tell him I sent you. He a legend.
Is the sun actually a ball of fire? I'm just asking, listen. Is the sun actually a ball of fire? Last I checked, fire needs oxygen. There's no oxygen in space. It's a vacuum. Last I checked, rockets need oxygen. Combustion needs oxygen. A jet won't work in space. In space, there's no oxygen. So unless they have some new type of technology, which I'm sure there is, but they're not using it, to fly around in space using propulsion with a jet type engine, you need air. They're not flying around up there, dude. They're not going to space. The moon, we've never been. Mars? You think there's a rover on Mars? Do you think there's a rover on Mars? Do you actually think that? Because I got news for you. I can take a picture of Utah, change the contrast to be red, and say I'm on Mars. And it would look the exact same. In fact, I'm not going to make any claims on here, but NASA, your days are numbered, dude. People have seen your fake videos, your CGI, your astronauts with freaking straps, harnesses all over them. We know about your swimming pool, NASA. NASA, we know about your swimming pool with the green screen that lines the back of it, where you have a full replica of the space station. It's the space station, the International Space Station. It's in a pool, dude. They're not going to space. NASA, $60 million a day, $30 million a day. It's a government agency, you know that. It's a government agency. You think there's a rover on Mars? Back to the sun. Sun, ball of fire. Did you know? All the ancients believe the sun has its own consciousness. It's not an inanimate object floating around up there, a ball of fire. The sun's probably a portal. The moon? Who knows? Is it even, can you even touch, is it physical? Because last I checked about the moon, it emits its own light. It does not reflect sunlight. Because if it reflected sunlight, the light coming off of it at night, hey, come here. The light coming off of it at night, the light coming off the sun at night, the moon at night, is colder than the shade it casts. It's colder than the shade it casts. You know that. That makes no sense if it's reflecting light from the sun. This is what you're not thinking about. You don't think about that. The moon...
It's coming. One of two things is going to happen in America real soon. People are going to outflux out of the country and escape as soon as they possibly can, or there's going to be some sort of civil uprising. Why, you may ask? Why would such a thing happen? Well, I'm sure you already know this as a fellow lower to middle class citizen of the country, and even probably an upper class citizen, because truly the problem in America is corporations and politicians and the IRS and these people who tax us up the wazoo. But we are going to reach a point in America soon, it won't be long, where people no longer can afford basic necessity. We've already reached this point, man, where people are losing hope and they feel like there's no point. You look at the younger generation of kids out here, man, who are going to work, making 12 bucks an hour to roll silverware or do dishes, man. They can't get ahead in life. They can't even afford an apartment at the wages they're getting paid. Yet guess what goes up year after year after year is prices. Gas gets more expensive. Food gets more expensive. Fun gets more expensive. I mean, dude, we're people. We can't just live, work, and die. But that's what people feel like now. People feel like they'll never be able to buy a home. And because of this, what's the point of working? People feel like they can't afford to have families. So what's going to happen? Population's going to collapse. And this is going to lead to one of two places, man. People are going to leave these conditions because what's the point? Or they're going to say, you know what, man? I'm a rat and I'm cornered. And if you're going to kill me, I'm going to bite your ankle on the way out. And if you get enough rats in that corner, man, they can take down the person that's trying to kill them.
Just for entertainment purposes. Entertainment only.
Will 2025 go down as the year of the recall? And why do I say that? Because I mentioned in a video earlier regarding the flu that's been going around all across the United States and around the world. It is possibly the worst flu ever, and they've named it the super flu. And as I explained in my previous video, you have individuals who have been sicker than they've ever been in their life. And with this new strain, people are actually complaining about symptoms that they've also never experienced before. And now there's claims of a medicine recall. And you guessed what type of medication it is. Flu medication. And that includes NyQuil, Dayquil, Benadryl. Also included in the list, Advil, Tylenol, cold and flu as well. And the reasoning for the recall of all of these medications and why they're being pulled off the shelves? Rodent feces, the mice kind. So basically all of the flu medications that we use to commonly treat the common flu are all basically on recall. So when you think about it all and put it into perspective, the medication that's most used at this time of the year is on a total recall. Very, very, very coincidental, I assume. As a few people have pointed out all over social media, if I was you, I'd double check all of the medications you have in your cabinet that you would use to treat the common cold or flu. Because it might turn out to be that you're not getting sick from the actual flu, maybe from what you have in your own home. Let me know your thoughts on this in the comments, and as always, I'd love to hear from you.
Give a fuck. I sold my soul. I went to a red room. Cheezer, Convy, Aiden, and Tav came in with red robes on, and they had blood stains dripping down their mouths.
You feel what I'm saying? Tell them how this nigga like sold his soul and shit.
I'm scared right now, bro.
What are you scared about? What happened?
I did something. I can't say it on screen, bro. Like I'm very scared, right? I'm not. I can't say it on screen though. Probably like that. Nah, I can't, bro. I can't say it on screen.
It's bad.
I'm scared, bro. But I'm just
every page. First, I want to say this little, prayer in my religion. You really did sell your soul. You're weird.
Ironic?
Yeah. What did I do, dude?
You signed a deal recently.
Be honest, bro.
Shit.
But you're telling me we're starting off 2026 with over 40 people dying and over 100 people being injured in an explosion. So last night, maybe an hour into 2026, it was a massive explosion and fire. 40 people were killed. Over 100 people are injured. And you're telling me nothing don't seem wrong about that? Look at this shit. These people were at the Crans, Montana ski resort, at a bar, celebrating New Year's, and this shit happened. I need y'all to let that sink in. New Year's Day, a ski resort, a bar, and dozens of people dead. And before anybody says, wait for the details, listen, I'm not talking about a random accident. People aren't just saying something went wrong. They're saying something happened. A high-end resort, one of the safest places on the country, a controlled environment, and one of the most symbolic days of the year. And suddenly there's mass death. That alone should make you pause. Remember this, patterns matter. New Year's, Christmas, symbolic dates. Those are the moments that hit people the hardest psychologically. Fear works best when it interrupts comfort. A bar, a vacation, a holiday. Those are places that make people feel human. And when something like this happens at those places, the thought of those places gets shattered, and that other thought sticks. I'm not telling you what to believe. I'm telling you to pay attention. Because when tragedy hits on symbolic dates, in symbolic places, it's never about the event. It's about the message. I'm out.
What shooting? All the way over there. What the shooting?
All the way. Y'all just had to send me this, huh? Y'all had to let me know.
I got a chapter in the new book. It's called Marked by Death. And it just shows the list of people who lost their lives that were around them. And it's very mysterious how many people passed. I'm just waiting for the whole truth to come to light. So when people look at Sean Combs and they see a person that's locked up in jail for 2 or 3, 4 years, I look at Sean Combs as a person that's locked up for 3 or 4 years that they need to have sitting down because they have other things that they're investigating that he's going to answer to.
Yep.
And he's not going to be able to run because he's sitting down already.
Pause right there. Because this is why 50 keeps posting and reposting this. That man just said he has a chapter called Marked by Death, a literal list of people who died around Sean Combs. And he's saying it's mysterious how many people did not make it out. Now watch what 50 does. He doesn't argue. He doesn't deny. He just amplifies the clip over and over again. Because when somebody keeps showing you the same thing, they're telling you, pay attention. And notice what else was said. Sean Combs is already sitting down, which means if more investigations come, he can't run, he can't spin, and he can't talk it out. So when people ask, why is 50 being petty? This isn't just trolling. This is pressure. This is positioning. This is letting the public hear what the courts haven't finished saying yet. And whether you like 50 or not, he's making sure that that clip never disappears. He's holding Diddy accountable, and he should. He should be held accountable for the things that he's done. Diddy's a monster, and a lot of people fail to see it. And now that they've seen this documentary, people are looking at things completely different.
Also, didn't 50 kind of say that in yesterday's video?
If you just pay attention to life, it will tell you everything you need to know. Life literally sends you signs every single day, just like Final Destination. Every last one of us has the capability to see the signs. But are you open to it though? Spirituality will teach you this. Every last one of us is the premonition seer. But the people who usually can see the signs are usually the ones who were always open to them in the first place. Oh yeah, God, the universe, it chooses who's the most open to it. And that's who they pick. So if you up your awareness and you start paying more attention to your life, start seeing the signs, be aware. Your life is gonna change.
Y'all with him? Or y'all against him?
Why didn't y'all tell us that pasta comes from India as well, y'all? Like, you have no idea how much I was hoping that this had nothing to do with food, right? I don't even eat pasta anymore. But the fact of the matter is, I see how and where it's being created. It's not in Italy, right? Where probably food in the area is a little bit more sanitary and hygienic. But no, it's coming from India. Why are we finding out so many things that we dabble in comes from India? So you're telling me we have nobody abroad in India, like a foreign trade zone operator, to make sure that the food that we are getting from India is made in a sanitary location? Nobody? So you're telling me that the people who run our country is okay with America getting the bottom of the bottom when it comes to food? I mean, it makes sense because when it comes to money, like, we don't get nothing from our government. But yeah, y'all, we have been lied to once again because our pasta does not come from Italy, it comes from India.
And once you hear it, you won't be able to ignore it. So what if Stevie Wonder wasn't actually blind? Don't scroll, this is where it gets weird. So there's a clip where a mic stand starts randomly falling. No sound cue, no warning. His hand goes straight to it. Then there's the NBA courtside footage. A big play happens, and Stevie turns his head towards the action before the crowd reacts, before all the noise and before all the chaos. And the last evidence is all the jokes that he makes. Stevie has joked for decades about driving cars. And at some point, a joke stops being funny and starts sounding like it's hidden in plain sight. Now, doctors say he's legally blind. Science says heightened senses are real. But if someone wasn't blind, would there be a better cover than being the most famous blind musician of all time? I'm not saying it's true. All I'm saying is watch the clips again. Comment your verdict, superhuman senses, or the greatest long-running secret in the music industry.
Not gonna lie, he do be making me question.
I visited the apartment building that ICE raided in Chicago. Yo, they was on some shit. They were marking people homes who they were gonna target. That's something I've seen in another police state that I've visited personally, which I won't say, but it rhymes with Calvin Klein. I'm gonna tell you why this is just an extension of the Civil War, late stage Confederacy, lost cause narrative. In 2023, Texas Governor Greg Abbott literally sent these Venezuelan immigrants to Chicago on a bus in the middle of the f***ing winter. We were giving them food and clothing because they showed up in flip-flops and t-shirts. 2 years later, Texas National Guard is in Chicago with ICE to capture the Venezuelan immigrants that they already had because they sent them here. And they're using that as an opportunity to attack black people and democratic cities in general. That's like robbing them and helping them find what you stole. Or better yet, police planting drugs on a nigga to arrest him. Like sprinkle some on that nigga. Now I see a lot of you still drinking the Kool-Aid of race division. Oh, it was just Venezuelan gang members. It's us versus them. Don't take my word for it. Listen to the black victims of the Chicago ICE raids in their own words.
They was bringing the kids out too, had them zip tied to each other. It was scary because I've never had a gun put in my face.
All right, look, let's go back to the Civil War because that's what this is. Civil War was a scheme of economic opportunism dressed up in the guise of an ideological culture war. Slave owners wanted to keep their free labor, so they made it about Southern values, but it's about money for real. Right now, the same mother building, owning, and operating the ICE detention centers own the American private prisons, Core Civic and Geo Group. They maxed out contributions to Trump's campaign and they're making billions from this, bruh. If you're black still doing the anti-immigrant thing, you're literally falling into the exact trap of a multinational corporation that benefits from the incarceration and exploitation of you. They would be happy to welcome you into one of their facilities. One of the most heartbreaking things to me about the experience was seeing that the inhumane, run-down building that ICE raided in South Shore, Chicago, had schools on both sides of it. There were kids outside with book bags when I went there. And that's what these kids are being taught, is that they're criminals in the eyes of their government. If you want to read what I wrote about this for the New York Times, drop a comment. I'll send you a link to the article in a DM. Because this ain't no time to be ignorant drinking the Kool-Aid, man. Be informed. Because these niggas think you sweet.
That's why they pull so much shit in front of us, because they...
I should have watched the 20v1 video.
What y'all think? He did it on purpose, or he...
This girl literally died recently visiting the abandoned set of the Hawkins lab.
Dude, I heard about that. So sad.
Bro,
I heard about
it
this,
blew
bro.
my mind of how recent it happened. It literally happened like last week, bro.
Yeah.
It was this 19-year-old girl, Leah Polmarato. It was her and a couple of her friends. This location is in Atlanta. So they decided to go to the abandoned location that's been abandoned for years now. They decided to jump the fence. I guess they were exploring for a while. The girl was walking, I guess, from the 5th story of the building. The floor under her gave in. Whoa. And bro, she fell all 5 stories and died inside of that place.
Dude.
Yeah, fell to her death 5 stories.
That's terrible.
And it's so sad because like she's so young, and like when her family found out about all this, you know, her dad came out and was saying like a bunch of statements about it and was just sick. Like, you know, our whole family's devastated. And
the saddest thing to me is like now she won't be able to see how the show ends.
I was literally gonna say that,
That's
bro.
so
That's
sad,
the saddest part,
bro.
is that like she passed a week before the dropping of the show, pretty much. All the kids started to basically freak out when they saw that she fell. They called the police get there. They see the whole scene of this girl fell to her death. Pretty much they let her family know, like I said. Her family's super devastated. They ended up even putting up some fundraiser for the girl. I'll even put it up on the screen if anybody wants to go to the website and donate some money to the family. But that was the thing that broke my heart the most. I kept thinking about that when I heard the story. I said, she's not even gonna know how the show ends. That really sucks, bro.
That's terrible, bro.
Yeah.
Damn, prayers to her and her family, friends too.
Y'all, this is urgent because these 3 girls right here, these 3 teens, they all vanished within a week in Bexar County, Texas. I believe this one right here is Camilla, who is 19 years old, and they said she went missing on Christmas Eve, the morning of Christmas Eve. They say she was walking near her home where she vanished, y'all. They say she left her phone, she left all her belongings, and there's no explanation on where she went. Law enforcement's already saying that this ain't normal and she could be in danger. Then, on Christmas Day, which I believe is her, named Angelic Johnson, who was only 17, vanished. As of right now, there's no details publicly on her, but authorities think she might got her phone. So, that could be good, right? And then, just days after that, they say Sophia Gabriella vanished also. They say she disappeared near Landon Ridge at 7 p.m. and she's only 14 years old. So you got 3 disappearances, same area, same week. That's not a coincidence. You got parents raising their alarm because they all are on high alert right now. Because like I said, 3 gone within a week? Shit crazy, fool. I'm just hoping they can find all 3 of them. I'm just here to spread awareness. Because, like I said, that's not normal, fool. So if you're in San Antonio, especially Bexar County, and you got like a Ring doorbell or just surveillance, anything that can help get these girls found and brought home, call your local authority. Send your tapes in, send everything that can help find these girls and bring them home.
Yeah, let's please try to get them home, man. That shit.
Yo. What the heck? Y'all, what is going on? This is not fog. You see the dust? This is not fog. This is not fog. This Tampa, this is not fog, okay? Cover your face. They trying to get you. Cover your face. This is not fog. I've been in fog a lot in my life. This is not fog. Florida, cover your face. You see this stuff in front of my phone? You see that? This is not fog. Please cover your face. I don't know what they're doing. I don't know what they're doing, but please, y'all, I beg of you. Last year, and it was like 2-3 years ago, they did some crap like this and people got sick. Remember I said this? Don't just go out here trusting it. Cover your face. Those particles, just cover your face. Golly. Jesus Christ.
The shit be having me sneeze like crazy, bro.
I walk through this life the same way I take a shower, in smoke wrapped in darkness. The most you'll find in my bathroom when I'm bathing is a candlelight at best. See, I don't trust none of this shit. I know it's all bullshit, and I know how easy it is to get fooled. I'll never forget listening to Sophia say that. Sophia Stewart, the woman who wrote The Matrix and The Terminator. And I was trying to apologize to her for what the world had done to her work to stop her message. And she said, they didn't do nothing to my work. She said, be sorry for what they've done to your minds. Because every day we believe bullshit. Every day we believe lies. And nobody wants to believe anybody that's telling the truth. Because they're so used to believing in the system. They can't trust anything else. What we're doing here is important. And we just getting started.
Just getting started.
It's easy to believe in the system.
Have you ever heard the legend of the Lemurians, the highly technology advanced civilization said to have been on a lost sunken continent called Lemuria? According to the legend, some of the Lemurians managed to escape to Mount Shasta when their continent sank due to some unspecified catastrophe. There they established the city of Telos beneath the mountain. The Lemurians are said to be tall, graceful beings with fair skin, long hair and abnormally long necks, and they are believed to possess advanced technologies and psychic powers. The legend of the Lemurians living within Mount Shasta can be traced back to a book called A Dweller on Two Planets, which was written by Frederick S. Oliver in 1899. Oliver claimed that the book was telepathically channeled to him through automatic writing, and that he'd been taken astrally to the Lemurian city within Mount Shasta and had seen it with his own eyes. Many people have claimed to have had encounters with the Lemurians or have visited the city of Telos. Some have even set up organizations dedicated to spreading the message of the Lemurians and their wisdom. However, the existence of the Lemurians in their hidden city beneath Mount Shasta remains a highly controversial and disputed theory, with many skeptics dismissing it as a modern myth or hoax. Whether or not the Lemurians and their city of Telos truly exist within Mount Shasta remains a mystery, but the legend continues to fascinate and intrigue those who hear it. What do you think? Let me know in the comments.
I heard my people in Shasta say it's real though.
Did you know we had a king who came and united all black and colored people of the world? Well, here's some black history you did not know. So in 1928, Regent Rastafari was crowned Negustafari. But then in November 2nd, 1930, the Order of Melchizedek was put back in place. Negustafari was crowned King of Kings, Lord of Lords, conquering lion of the tribe of Judah, simultaneously with Empress Menen Asfar, and this reshaped black history as we know it today. On this day, he became Emperor Haile Selassie, and this is very important because he was from the royal line of King Solomon and the Queen of Sheba. And as you can see here, Americans came 6,000 miles. Also, all the kingdoms of the world sent their representatives bearing costly gifts to take part of this coronation. So this is a big ceremony. It's not nothing little at the time. The whole world is there, but they try to hide this from black people. So, it took black newspapers like the Chicago Defender and others to highlight this so that we were made aware. As you see, it says, picture of Rastafari crown Haile Selassie, King of Kings, Lord of Lords, conquering lion of the tribe of Judah, which appeared in W.E. Du Bois' Crisis newspaper. So this was getting around in the black community, but we had to do it ourselves. People wonder, what's so important about that? Why all these titles? What does all this mean? See, in 1493, there was a document that was put in place called the Doctrine of Discovery. This is also called the Papal Bull. The Pope put this in place, and this is how we have the world that we have today. So when y'all say we're colonial, we're colonized, and this, that, and the third, understand and understand that this is the reason why. Because the Pope claims the highest authority on the earth. So on November 2nd, 1930, that authority was removed. There was now a higher authority on earth because Emperor Haile Selassie claimed his throne based on his descendancy. See, if you read this for yourself, it says, the bull stated that any land not inhabited by Christians was to be discovered, claimed, and exploited. This doctrine of discovery became the basis of all European claims in the Americas, as well as the foundation for the United States Western expansion. And here's where religion becomes law. In 1823, U.S. Supreme Court case Johnson versus McIntosh came a unanimous decision that held that the principle of discovery gave European nations an absolute right to New World lands. In essence, American Indians had only a right of occupancy, which could be abolished. See, all this is a big deal because throughout Kemet history and throughout all our history, there's been a perpetual Star King. There's always been a prophecy around a Star King. Kidamari Haile Selassie being born July 23rd, 1892 on the rising of the Sirius B star was very, very peculiar, and the master astrologists in the Vatican, they knew what was going on. So although they did things like this behind closed doors, trust me, they were not happy about it. See, all throughout history, Ethiopians always represented a staple of people. Even their greatest historians like Herodotus and like Homer, they even describe Ethiopians as the most just of men, the favorites of the gods. And classical literature makes it clear that the region from Egypt to India was called by the name of Ethiopia. So let's get back to black history. See, black people in this time, we knew what was going on. We were in Jim Crow, we needed help. So we were prophesizing and coming up with this stuff before it even happened. There were articles like this coming out. Negro Universal King coming to rule the world. We felt the energy. It was happening. 5 years later is when the war hits. So now here's where it gets sticky. The whole Africa, you can see, they're all colonized. The whole Africa's colonized. Ethiopia is literally the last thing left. And you have Italy and Eritrea, and you got Italy and Somalia. Up here, Mussolini making war with the king. We're not going to talk about biblical prophecies or anything like that. We're going to talk about the facts. But this is what's going on in 1935, and it gets real sticky. See, most of us, especially here in America and all places, right? Because we say, oh, there's the first Chinese were black. The first Americans are black. The first Mexicans are black. Whatever. We say all these things, right? But we have no proof. And the reason why we have no proof is because we've been colonized. They destroyed history. They destroyed temples. They destroyed this, that, and the third. So at this point in time, Ethiopia is literally the last place on earth that has not been colonized. And this king, who's from the Bible, who has all these prophecies around him, comes and has to face the most powerful army in the world, and he rises to the occasion and he saves history left, because if they take Ethiopia, they take the whole Africa. And maybe today would be a little bit different, but I'm gonna show you how he comes and unites all black people. Now I want you to be in the mindset to understand what was going on. So Emperor Haile Selassie is facing the biggest army in the world. They have 1,800 rifles. They walk around barefoot and all these things. But at the end of the day, he makes a statement that's very important. He puts titleage over us. He makes a claim over us and gives us his authority. As the last sovereign nation of Africa, the only thing left, he makes a statement. He says, I am not only the emperor of Africa, I am king of all Negroes everywhere, including those in the United States and other foreign domains. The Italian warlord is trying to destroy the last best hope you have on earth. What did he mean by that? Your last best hope you have on earth. I just explained it to you. If they take Ethiopia, they have the whole Africa. That means they have the potential to erase that fact that we even know we're from Africa at that point in time. I know black people don't know where we from, and we have a hard time. I'm indigenous to America and this, that, and the third. But at least we know we got Africa these days, right? Things could have been different depending on how this war went. So by him giving us his claims, his titleage, his royal lineage, and saying that he was our king and we were his subjects, we were removed from the delegation of the papal bull that I showed you, because the Pope previously claimed us and we lived in his reality. But now we were getting a new claim over us, and we must accept this claim now, even today, because they have a 1493 claim over us, and this claim was made in 1935. Now, I couldn't find a date on this article, but I just wanted to prove that it was well known back then who he was and how he represented all of us. Says right here, Haile Selassie, when he was crowned, became supreme monarch of 498 million of the darker races. And that means Puerto Ricans, Filipinos, Red Indians, and the Cubans. All of us. See, it was well known what was going on. They have worked, CIA and COINTELPRO, they've worked a very hard way to erase this and make everybody hate each other. But we had a cause, and we had a common cause that had us rise up to the occasion at this point in time. And this is the reason why they hide this from us and have us still fighting each other today, claiming to be this, claiming to be that, when at one point in time we had one thing to claim, because they don't care if you Christian, Muslim, African, American. If you look like this, when it's time for them to execute a plan, they're going to execute it against you. So give thanks. We want to understand and understand that we are part of this number. We are one people. Rasta unites us all. And we must know we are the black people of this world. Emperor Haile Selassie done that. Give thanks for your tolerance watching this whole video. This real water, no tap. Black history you didn't know. Peace.
Y'all know Nip had lineage to Selassie, right?
I think we're all missing something major about the story surrounding Donald Trump and Lake Michigan. As you've probably seen by now, there was a document in the Epstein files that contained an explosive allegation against Donald Trump coming from a young girl. She says that when she was 13, Donald Trump paid to do awful things with her and helped dispose of her newborn baby in Lake Michigan. Now, this was just an FBI tip. We don't have evidence to suggest that it happened. There is no evidence to back it up. There's no criminal conviction, of course. People are digging into it, and Donald Trump does, interestingly, have some weird connections to Lake Michigan, but aside from that, we don't know if it happened. But my question is, and the thing that's not getting talked about enough, is in the Epstein files, why are there no documents regarding an FBI investigation into this tip? They assigned it a case number, they got the tip. Why is there no documentation on a follow-up? Donald Trump and his team and the FBI just said it's completely false, but how do they know it's false? Did they not look into it, or did they and they're just not releasing the results of that investigation? There is no file on that, so why not? That just seems weird to me. People are going to continue to dig into this and see if there's any connection, but the way they've handled it, not good.
If there is anything, let's just say if there was anything, it's no longer there. It's all gone. I'm sure that shit got wiped off the planet of this earth. I'm sure. If it bark like a dog, it's a damn dog. If it quack like a duck, bro, it's a duck. Y'all let me know y'all thoughts. If it was any information out there, documentation, proof, anything, trust me, if they didn't look, then it was nothing there. Or they looked and it was something there and they had to discard that shit.
Anunnaki Galactic War updates, anyone? This is Decaf, by the way. First and foremost, there's some crazy ass shit going on in Tennessee, okay? I got a couple videos from Tennessee and then we'll get into some other states. Yesterday, a woman in Tennessee is driving and spots what she believes to be a spaceship. Familiar? Look familiar? It's exactly what we saw in Round Rock, Texas 2 weeks ago. And remember the lady in North Carolina? We couldn't pinpoint where she was at in North Carolina, but she's seen something similar as well. I'll put the picture up here. The people are driving, they see it on the road. And did you hear what the guy said? Because he made a good point. He was like, who would be doing this? No one. No one. Because it distracts drivers. It's not strobe lights. It's not the nearby casinos. It's a UAP. Okay. Also, last night, a girl and her friend are driving between the border of Tennessee and Kentucky and caught this.
I saw UFOs last night. No, seriously though, we saw UFOs last night. Between the wall kind of like Tennessee and Kentucky. Oh.
See, it's the gaslighting. It's the gaslighting. You could have a video, show them, tell them exactly what's going on. Okay, I'm not this type of person. I've never seen anything like this before. And no one believes you. Oh, it was Christmas lights. Okay. It's the worst Christmas lights I've ever seen in my life, but okay. Also last night, super bright lights captured in a triangular pattern yesterday spotted in Wisconsin, thought to be the elusive T3RB. 3 lights turn into 1 and then disappear. I'll come back at the end.
What is that? These are super bright. Now they're getting really dim. What the hell is that? Now that was really weird.
I feel like these things are starting to recognize when people are recording them because then they retreat. The girl in the car with all the lights moving and dancing, she starts recording. Now, granted, she probably, of course, seen this shit happening prior to her recording, right? Then she starts recording, it's still doing it a little bit, then it retreats. Still, it disappears. Same with this one. Highly intelligent. Oh. Okay, next. For the people who constantly say, I guess this shit is only happening in America, I got a video for you. Berlin, Germany last night. A man is driving and captures this on his phone. This blew my mother. No, listen, if anybody knows them people in Germany in real life, go check on them. No, seriously, if I were you, I'd go check on them. In the beginning of this video, someone in the car is saying, hey, bro, look out the sunroof. Look out the sunroof and tell me what you see. I'm paraphrasing, but it was something like that, and he catches that. Spinning directly, this is directly over their vehicle. Spinning, hovering, in close. Do you know how close that is to that car? And it's not AI. It's not AI doesn't have the creativity to create this shit, bro. Check on them people. No. Check on them people. Are those people still with us? Or they have done what happened? I need to know. Check in on those people and get back to me. And last but definitely not least, Tulsa, Oklahoma. Also last night. Last night was lit. What's going on Saturdays? With the UAPs and the UFOs, what's going on? They partying. I don't know. Tulsa, Oklahoma last night, a colorful yet stationary orb is spotted hovering over a residential building, blinking different colors. I'll show you the video. I'll come back at the end. Y'all know what I'm gonna say. Absolutely. Stone it. But yeah, if you guys seen anything else, y'all know, send me the videos, tag me in them, do what y'all gotta do. But yeah, it's getting epic. It's getting epic. I'm getting excited. Let's go.
When she say who would do it, we know who would do it and why they would. Project Bluebeam, bro. Like, it distracts drivers. I mean, shit, there's a lot of things they put in our food that affects our health too, but they don't care. Like, bro, I'm gonna stop this for entertainment purposes, but y'all let me know y'all thoughts and opinions. Y'all know we made it to the end of this, and if you haven't already, please like, comment, subscribe, hit that bell so you always notified whenever we drop them uploads. Y'all know we coming with about 4 videos every smooth 7, and this is for entertainment purposes as well. And when you like, comment, and subscribe to the channel, helps Collective grow, helps Collective get bigger, helps more people who like this type of content tap in with this content. But I appreciate you if you're watching ETV, whatever the case is. I wish you was smooth 7. I love y'all Collective. Till I see everybody in the next one, y'all know what it is. We gone.
I just check my count. Sheesh, at the